And thank you, Mr. Fitzpatrick. I know you have to go, so it's be a very quick question, and again, it's relating to the Department of Agriculture, and I don't mean to pick on that department, but it is Project 1 in the Grant Thornton report, and I haven't gone any further, so that's why my questions are all with this department initially. 30 million is expected annually in savings, along with a reduction of 400 staff. That 30 million will come from 4 areas: number of staff retiring, number of staff redeployed, number of retained offices enhanced, and number of offices closed. The saving includes staff redeployed. So that's staff coming off the books of agriculture, effectively not working there anymore, so they come off that balance sheet and we say saving according to their salary costs. Is that correct?
The staff, if there were, staff would have been redeployed into other areas.
Okay, so that's a saving in the Department of Agriculture because those staff are no longer working for it. So it's reflected as a saving for agriculture.
Just need to double check that actually myself. I'd really need to double check that and come back to you.
My question is,
to be sure.
Are we saying it's a saving in agriculture when the person's going to a different department or a different part of the public sector and they're being paid there in salary? So while it looks like a saving in agriculture, in the total pay bill, it's not an actual saving, as in there's a double count going on.
No, sorry, going back again to the pay bill. The pay bill savings that we reported they're absolute. There's no... now what I would need to check is whether or not the agriculture project included people who are redeployed elsewhere. I need to check.
Their savings. I'd like to know if the saving of 30 million means people coming off their
I really need
pay bill.
I'll check that for you.
And then those people popping up somewhere else.
No, I'll check that for you.
But you don't think the person would pop up somewhere else, then it would still be counted as a saving? Then?
No, well, what I can say to you with certainty is that they're on our pay bill saving. They're not double counted there, no.
Absolutely. These are the total figures.
Those figures the figures on the pay bill are based on the actual numbers gone.
They're the kind of the headline, and they're taking into account the fact that people will move from one department, and that may be counted as a saving there, but in fact, because they've moved,
not in this,
it isn't a saving.
No, but not in this. Okay. I need to check the agriculture project as to whether or not, what way they were treated there. But in this, I can absolutely assure you, they're not.
Sorry, there's just one thing I wanted to ask in relation to that figure. Sugar, if I can find the paragraph, I beg your pardon. The total figures, the figure now is 2009 to 2012. We have that reduction in pay is sitting at about 3 point something. I don't have a figure. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find. I can't find the figure.
It's 3.1 billion.
3.1 billion.
Yeah.
And by 2015?
3.8 gross. 3.3 net of pension increases.
Is it 3.1 billion net of pension in?
No, if you look at there is a page where we show the...
Sorry, I have marked myself.
Sorry, there's one particular table we put in, Deputy.
Page 4.
Page 4. There's a table there which shows the reduction year on year up to 2015. And last year we discussed this and we said we would put in a table to show the pension increase year on year, even though there are a myriad of reasons for the pension increases.
So when I look at this, we're talking about table 4, aren't we?
Table 3.
Table 3, sorry.
And 4, sorry.
Sorry, 4 is pension bill, sorry. Table costs. So each year is the gross in the top line.
Yes.
So we're not expecting that significant a change between 2012 and 2015, are we?
Well, there's 28,000 numbers gone so far, and there's about 10 more to go. So it's about two. Yeah, the bulk of it has been, and then the pay cuts are included there, obviously as well, because they would have contributed to the reduction in the pay bill.
We've basically done the heavy lifting in relation to the pay bill.
Well, it's done because, well, it depends on much more the government need to find. But as of now, there's 10,000 left. So yeah, a lot of heavy lifting will be done.
Okay, 10,000 left to come out.
Sorry?
What's the 10,000 figure?
10,000 more to be staff to be taken out.
Taken out.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the bulk of that saving then in the pay bill is from reductions in numbers. It's not from the introduction of the pension levy.
It's both. It's everything. Oh. It's the pay cut, the reduction in numbers, and the pension levy.
Okay.
It all feeds in, and we try to set it out on the table so that if you look at it there, there's the gross pay bill, the pension related deduction, the net pay bill, and then the pension costs are shown in table 4. And in summary, it's 3.8 billion gross by 2015 and 3 billion net of pensions increases.
I'm not seeing. So, so that reduction between 2011, if we look at the first line, exchequer pay bill gross, 2011, moving into column 2012, the first row, the figure goes from 15,645 to 15,375. That difference is what then? What causes that difference? Is that the people leaving the public sector?
That would be, at this stage, yeah, because the pay, at this stage there would be people leaving because the pay cuts would have come in earlier.
Roughly 100 million, 300 million.
But that's on a calendar year, whereas that's why we're moving our next report to the 9 months.
It's difficult to kind of get a
no, and that's why we're actually
see through the figures,
our report is based on the actual first year it was based on the end of March. So this year, for the next report, we're moving to a calendar year, which means it would be a 9-month report. But it'll make it easier to...
And again, because I asked about a change in reporting earlier, in that report, could you also show where the reductions in pay bill have come from pension, but where they've also come from people leaving?
Yeah.
So we can get a clear distinction between which part is the bigger part in terms of the reduction.
Well, we should have that because we know for the last 2 years the pay bill has been over 850 million, and there was some before that on the staff numbers reduction, and there would have been a couple of 100 million before that as well. So probably about 1 billion, I say, or maybe more. But we need to check that.
Yep.
But we'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair.